Encyclopedia Britannica Films presents Walt Disney's Fantasy Stories. The Little House. Produced by Encyclopedia Britannica Films. Once upon a time, there was a little house on a little hill way out in the country. She was a happy little house. She loved the peace and quiet of the country. She was very happy with the first people who came to live in her. As time went by, the little house was blessed with new additions. Looks like they had some children. And distractions. But the troubles were not very important and were soon forgotten. Uh-oh, he broke a window. Sometimes the little house was lonely and wondered what it would be like to have other houses around her. She was soon to know, for the city was growing closer to her. And closer and closer. Finally, she had close neighbors, and they were all quite elegant too. Gracious me, she thought, I certainly am in the center of things now. One time, one of the houses next door caught fire. And the other houses next door caught on fire from sparks. Then the little house began to burn too. There was much excitement. When it was all over, the little house was in sad shape. And her neighbors were gone. Goodness. It's rough looking. Now new houses were built next to her, and the little house was now living in an age of progress. In fact, she said, I'm completely surrounded by progress. It's like Nashville. One day, men came and moved the furniture out of the little house. If only I could go with them, she thought. But of course she couldn't for rent. Later, a wrecking company came and started tearing down the buildings next to her. Okay, maybe now I can have a little peace, but she got no further. For look what was happening now. And now, the city grew and reached upward higher and higher. The sky was the limit. Oh dear, thought the little house, what will become of me? Will I never see the sun again or feel the gentle touch of a summer breeze? Poor forgotten little house. Then there was nothing now, nothing left now, not even hope. Suddenly she looked up, a wrecking crew. This was the end, she thought. They pried the little house loose from her foundations. They set her on rollers and pulled her away. Right through the streets they had moved her. Right through the streets they moved her. And all the time the little house kept her eyes closed. She could not bear to watch. Finally things became quiet. She opened her eyes. It wasn't the end after all. Someone had found her, someone to love her and cherish her. Someone who knew that one of the best places to find peace and happiness is in the little house on the hill. Way out in the country. Now that you have seen the story of the little house, you may want to talk about the main theme and idea behind the story. Take a chance that you are talk about changes that are taking place in your neighborhood or town. Draw pictures of the little house that and have an exhibit. The famous Walt Disney stories in this film strip series, and there they are: Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, Dumbo, Ferdinand the Bull, Ben and Me, The Little House, Morris the Midget Moose, and Lambert the Sheepish Lion. An Encyclopedia Britannica production. There we go.